And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Tilson Live. It is Tuesday. It is 2 o'clock. We are coming at you live on YouTube, live on Facebook, as we do each and every single week, talking about all things building a custom home on your land. I'm Eric Allard, part of the fourth generation of the Tilson family. Joined as I am, we're going to introduce her in a minute. There's someone else here. It's not an accident. She didn't hack the system. She's not a Russian bot. She's here on purpose. Joined as I am each and every single week by the great, the marvelous, the wonderful Dawn Dantzler, Tilson's Vice President of Marketing and Customer Experience. Welcome, Dawn. Hello.
Hey, Eric. How's it going?
It's awesome. It's fantastic. It's wonderful. We're doing good. Excited about today. Excited about the model home tour we're going to do in a very different way, a very unique way, with one of my very best friends. And so I will introduce her because it's my show, so whatever. We have to do that. Anyway, so folks but before I do that, to build the anticipation, which is all part of what we do, jump into the chat, tell us where you're watching from, where you're building, what part of the process that you are in. We want to hear from you. We want to hear any questions you have about the custom building a home on your lot process, anything you want to know about financing, about design, about construction, about customer care and warranty, about site preparation, site evaluation, culvert, septic systems, all the stuff it takes to get it going. We'll talk about that stuff if you need to. That's what we're here for. We have to do that. In fact, I like to do that. That's kind of where I nerd out. But today's a special show. I'm going to let Dawn tell us about that show. But before I do that, I want to introduce a good friend of mine. Her name is Wendy Loch. She is the manager of our location in Spring, Texas. But more than that, she's a very dear friend of mine. She's been with us for 21 years. Is that right?
Yes, 22 in January, but I'm not counting.
Okay, it's coming up. It's coming up. So, I'm sorry. Well, Dawn and I did too. But Dawn and Wendy and I kind of grew up in this business together. Wendy joined Well, I'll let her introduce herself in a little bit. But if I may, because I spent a lot of time with Wendy at our Spring location. She and I were there selling houses together, grinding it out, doing what we try to do as much as we can for you folks who are watching. She does it way better than I could dream of doing it. So I'm glad that she's there doing this. But we're going to tour a model today that her fingerprints and her team's fingerprints are all over. And I'm really proud of that. And I'm proud of her. And I'm grateful that she took time to join us today. And grateful for all that you do, Miss Wendy Loch. So tell us a little bit about your journey. What brought you to selling homes at Tilson and your team there in Spring and what you do. And folks, while she's doing that, do drop into the chat where you're watching from, where you're building, part of the process you're in. And then Dawn will tell us about what we're actually going to talk about today. But right now we're talking about Wendy. It's all about Wendy.
Yeah, we're talking about Wendy today.
Tell us.
It's my favorite subject.
I'm telling you. It's top 17 of mine. Top 17.
I've been with Tilson for almost 22 years. I couldn't possibly dream of a better job, a more fun job, and a more perfect job for myself. I have been probably designing houses and trying to figure out a way to get into this business since I was like 6. So this is absolutely my dream come true here at Tilson. So I started here, almost 22 years ago, came in as an assistant, or actually a temp. I was supposed to be here for 2 days. I never left. So I'm sure they were still trying to figure out how to get her out of here.
Well, join the club. They're trying to give me a leave too. Very good. Yes, I do remember I was here for your very first day.
My very first day.
I was a child, to put it mildly. But and I asked you, hey, you'd be a great fit here. You should come here and sell houses. You're like, I don't work weekends. I'm not doing that. And then, here we are 21 years later, doing it better than anybody. So I'm glad you're here. You have done an amazing job with your team.
Thank you.
And just really proud to have you do this. Take us through this home that's got your fingerprints, like I said, all over it. Dawn, what are we talking about? We're like this.
See, I don't know, Eric.
House in Spring, Texas. What are we doing? What is it?
So my favorite topic to talk about is our customers' homes, and this, while it's not a customer's home, almost feels like it. So I'm very excited to have Wendy with us to show off the brand new Brazoria model in spring, because like you mentioned, she designed it from the ground up. So just really excited to have her here and talk about what she did with this beautiful model that's unlike anything else that we've built in Tilson, and just very, very different style, and just really shows how we can stretch what we do to fit any style. So
For sure, yeah. I love what you did with it, Wendy. I love all of the little custom features, like even right behind you where there's no ceiling fan in the family room. What a faux pas! What is it?
Scandal.
A family room with, and Rachel can't see this, my wife, because she hates ceiling fans. So, but I told her it's not an option. Anyway, so and there you are once again, proving me wrong in our 23-year marriage. So. We're going to talk about all those things, but folks, do drop into the chat where you're watching from, where you're building, what part of the process you're in. And yeah, I mean, if you got questions about the Brazoria, awesome. We want to hear from you. If you have questions about anything else, site preparation, financing, customization, construction, energy efficiency, anything you think is on your mind, we want to hear from you, because like we have Dawn and I here, which is great, but now we have a true brain trust who's like been doing this. I'm great with customers. She and I coordinated our shirts today, our tops. We call them tops.
Coordinated with the Brazoria.
We do,
So-
yeah.
I didn't get the memo. I did
No,
try
it's
to go with
important
the
to have
black and white
contrast,
theme,
Dawn. We have to have
so-
contrast. That was really important. Not conflict, contrast, totally different. Anyway, so folks, do jump in. Tell us what's going on. Tell us where you're watching from, where you're building, what part of the process you're in. We want to hear from you. While we do that, I mean, obviously, we're going to take you through this model home. We'll have breaks. We'll have video tours. I'm going to let Wendy and Dawn do most of the talking, because I'm in the video doing a bunch of dumb talking. So we're going to let them take it from there. But yeah, Dawn, anyone joining us before we get started? And then let's jump into this thing.
Yeah, we have a few people joining us. We've got Lindsay saying got lots of dirt today to start our Tampico and Galveston County. Awesome.
Very cool.
And we've got LaShawn saying, howdy family, LaShawn from Houston. I'm excited to share that we officially signed on with Tilson this past Sunday to build our new home out in Waller. We've chosen the Brazoria D as our final home on this side of heaven.
Nice.
Sydney and the team at the spring location provided excellent service and made the process very smooth. We even got to take a photo with the welcome sign, which was a special moment. We are now looking forward to the next step, scheduling the site evaluation for our property. How long does that take, and when should we hear back on scheduling the site evaluation?
Wendy, go.
So,
First of all, congratulations,
hello.
LaShawn. Sorry.
Yes, congratulations, LaShawn. Yeah.
Sydney's latest customer, so we're excited to have you here. So that should take, as long as we have the survey or a proper survey of the property and the deed and everything that we need, that should take probably another week or so for you to hear from somebody, or within a week or so you should hear from somebody about the state gov site evaluation process.
Very cool.
Awesome. All right. And then we've got Marcel asking, how much contingency reserve do you add to the total cost of the construction project?
That's a great question, Marcel. I'm not the beautiful part about upfront desktop pricing is that it's very different. So what those are words that are very much associated with a construction project. More often than not a commercial construction project, but in a lot of cases residential. Where they work in worlds of like allowances and things like that. The beautiful part about Tilson is that we do our upfront desktop pricing. And so you pretty well know, with the exception of maybe anything like kind of site related, and even that would be kind of finite to the out of level itself and maybe a foundation design situation. But outside of that, there's really not a whole lot we can't budget for already. Like, we know what septic systems cost. We know what your countertops, your faucets, your light fixtures, all that cost. We have that dialed in the sales offices, cabinets, countertops, all those things, exterior facades, veneers, paint colors, paint upgrades, ceiling heights, cathedral ceilings, all that is dialed in our sales office with Wendy and her team. So, I mean, where most builders tell you need to budget probably 20% contingency, I'm never that high. Most of our customers, if you wanted to budget something for stuff that may be outside of the scope of work we're aware of to start with, maybe 5 or 10%, maybe. And even then, like, the beautiful part about building with Tilson is we're going to know that number before we ever start construction. So you will have the finite amount number. If there is some type of foundation compliance allowance, if there is some type of add level or dirt pad that we have to do or clearing, we'll know that number before we ever start construction, before we ever committed to those funds ultimately. So I'm a 5 to 10% guy. Wendy, do you differ on that? Do you want something different?
No, I love that. And like you said, we just usually know everything that we're getting ourselves into. We can add allowances for the unknown things like the foundation and any site work, but we will know those costs, within just a couple of months and far before we get to construction. So
yeah. Awesome. Great question, Marcel. Thanks for asking. That's cool.
Then we got Denise saying good afternoon from Pearland, building a Canyon D in Chapel Hill. Don, thank you for the help. We were able to resolve our culvert issue. And hi, Wendy. Great, Denise. I'm glad to hear that you guys got everything all worked out.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. All right. We've got Carolyn saying, hi, Wendy. Can't wait to see you in the beautiful Brazoria next week.
I'm not sure if she's making that happen. We'll see how that goes. Whatever.
Then we've got Cindy, enjoying our custom rock wall in Grayson County, closed in July, and we're loving it. Cool. Oh, that's awesome.
Beautiful.
And then Marcel is saying, I created a matrix based off of a few factors: bathroom, kitchen, exterior, and master. However, I like the designs from 3 to 4 homes. Does your team customize a home for my liking? What do you think, Wendy?
I love that question. That is exactly what we do. So yes, all of our teams at all of our locations should be pretty well versed in how to go about making that happen for you.
Awesome.
Great question, Marcel. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, folks, keep dropping your questions into the chat. We'll answer every one of them. We're going to jump into the presentation out of respect for everyone's time, except for Wendy's and Dawn's and mine. But we're gonna answer all these questions, go through this design, but drop anything you want to know about the process, right? So site evaluation, site preparation, financing, construction, energy efficiency. Ask those questions right here. We'll answer every single one of them. Dawn, let's kick it off.
All right, awesome. All right, so we're talking about the Brazoria, and it has 5 elevation options that you can choose from. So 5 exterior designs. So the elevation A is going to be kind of that traditional brick gable elevation. Your elevation B is going to be more of the craftsman style. So you've got a mix of brick and, craftsman-y elements, moldings, wide composite posts, those types of things. Your elevation C is going to be the traditional farmhouse. So you're looking at, big front porch, board and batten, our board and bat siding, all of that great stuff. And this one, I went to the mat to get the dormers on it because this front porch needed it. So me and Eric's brother went toe to toe to get those dormers on there. Your elevation D is going to be what our drafting calls a Texas ranch style. So this is going to incorporate more exterior stone and some rough sawn wood elements combined with the board and bat siding. And then you've got the elevation E, which was designed for this model specifically, and it really bringing back some brickwork and doing some really interesting things. It's got a lot of herringbone, really high peaks on that roof. We've got some iron elements into it. You got some soldier courses in the brick, so just very, very beautiful style that we've got going there. And this is the model in spring, which, like I said, we picked that E elevation and actually went with a painted brick on that one. So very, very much a different style for us. All right. So the original floor plan for the Brazoria, as it comes, you're looking at a 3-bedroom plus a study, 2.5 bath. And it's coming in, at just under 2,400 square feet, and really lots of space for that size. So you've got that nice open concept family room, kitchen, dining area happening. And this is a true split bedroom plan with a master suite is on its own side of the home away from the secondary bedrooms. And one other thing that I really like about this plan along that split bedroom line is that every room in this home that's not a common area very much has its own privacy. So none of the bedrooms are sharing a wall with another bedroom. The study isn't sharing a wall with any bedroom or any other room. Everything is nice and kind of tucked away. Everybody has their own private space. So it's really kind of a great layout for that.
Genius.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. And then there's the stuff that we did to the model that Eric wanted to skip, but Wendy might want to tell you about. So these are the changes that we made for the actual model.
So we made a few changes. Obviously adding that garage on the front, which we use now as our presentation room. So First Saturday of every month here at our location, we're going to do seminars in that Brazoria garage. So that was a nice add for us. And I was really fortunate to be even on the design of the actual floor plan team, our portfolio team coming up with this floor plan. And I really wanted to bring in a lot more traditional elements, a little bit more classic glam, if you will. So for the box beams, I said, let's do something a little bit different than just our cedar beams that are awesome. And we just added them to our sales center as well, but just something a little bit different. So we went with the painted pine box beams in there. We did a little bit of a different island in the kitchen, slightly larger and a little bit different style than would normally come in the Brazoria kitchen. We extended that back porch just to kind of create a slightly larger sitting area out there with some box beams in the master, or not box beams, some a double tray ceiling in the master. Added a really cool element in the study up front, gorgeous fireplace with a really cool kind of, not your traditional cathedral ceiling, but more of a coffered cathedral ceiling there with some box beam detail on it. So that looks fantastic, turned out great. And then one of the most unique little things that we added was in the utility room, making room for a doggy shower. So, or a little pet shower, whatever you have, but had a cool little space already kind of hidden away for that. So, can fit your freezer, but we made it special for our doggy shower.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Very cool. And then in the model, we want to point out when you look at videos that we're going to see, it is reversed. So before you blow your mind and think that we're doing some kind of a cheap TikTok video that's flipped around, it's not true. We had to reverse it based on the way it's laid out at our location in Spring, Texas. So,
yep, absolutely. All right. Well, let's go ahead and start taking a look at this house.
Let's see it.
Howdy, I'm Eric Allard at Tilson Homes, and I'm so glad you've joined us today to take a view of our beautiful Brazoria model home in Spring, Texas. Let's go take a look at the house. So as you approach the Brazoria model here in Spring, Texas, you're going to notice on the elevation we opted for, which is elevation E, it's a very old world feel. We opted for lots of brick. We're bringing brick back. Beautiful painted brick. We also put a herringbone pattern mixed with different soldier courses, lots of different textures with the brick. We opted for some wood accents that have lots of beautiful dark hardware, can carry that old world feel. We got some iron, some rustic iron accents, as well as a nice, beautiful dark painted fascia to kind of really give it that pop and offset. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous old world view. As you start to walk up to the front door of the Brazoria model, you'll notice that we opted for a massive 16-foot ceiling on the front covered porch with beautiful real soffit to kind of give you, again, more of that old world feel. 16-foot ceiling leads up to a 3-foot, 6-inch wide, 8-foot tall door that we opted for. Just a big, massive feel, almost very old world, like you would see something in the Mediterranean. Just a beautiful interest of this beautiful home. So as you enter that beautiful front door, you'll notice the foyer. We continued that gorgeous large ceiling. We've got a 14-foot ceiling in the foyer with a beautiful light fixture package. We've opted for porcelain wood look tile throughout this part of the home. You're going to be welcomed into the family room. We have beautiful fixed glass windows that we opted for. Look out over the covered porch. Great place to entertain. Gorgeous custom pine box beam ceiling detail with crown mold. Just a lot of things, a lot of details, a lot of customizations to try and show this house how you can make it yours. Some of the details you're going to notice are a little bit different in this model. You're going to see less ceiling fans, and that's because we want to be able to showcase some of our beautiful light fixtures. So in the family room, we've opted for a chandelier, and also you have recessed lights. They're on, of course, different switches. If you'd rather have a ceiling fan on its own light, you can have that as well. But we want to be able to show you something very different that we don't do very often, that just so you can see the different customizations that can be done in your home. Let's go take a look at the heart of the home, at the kitchen. So while the family room is a beautiful part of the Brazoria home, the kitchen is unparalleled in the portfolio. We did all kinds of things to make this kitchen world-class, both for entertaining as well as for cooking. Massive island that you have here for a workspace that's open to the family room. We opted for a beautiful cabinetry package, including shadow box lighting, upper cabinets with glass front doors to showcase some really unique things. We opted for a Frigidaire Professional appliance package. So that's a 6-burner range that we opted for in here. That's your microwave, your convection oven, We actually opted to put a refrigerator in here just to showcase what could be done. Of course, obviously a refrigerator, professional dishwasher. We have a lot of storage in here. You've got all kinds of drawers, of course, self-closing like everything else. Drawers in the range side. Instead of those, you got a trash can pull-out. We opted for a beautiful wood canopy hood, again, to continue that old world feel. Got a herringbone pattern we did on the backsplash. We included a pot filler in this particular model as one of the upgrades. Gorgeous countertops. We also have, of course, a touch-free faucet system that we opted for that you can put in any of your homes. We got a farmhouse sink. Of course, it has the charging station for your phone and outlets for the rest of the house. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous kitchen, pendant lighting over the island, a really beautiful, clean option that can still be very much useful to that chef in the house. So one of the most important parts of the kitchen is where all the stuff comes from. The Brazoria actually does have a walk-in pantry, plenty of storage in there with a motion sensor light. This is a nice place to store all those things. And it's open to the one large dining space of the home. Didn't have a formal dining room in here. You could if you wanted to. Not necessary where most of our customers are living. And again, you got gorgeous views through fixed glass windows we opted for out the back of the house. Entry onto the beautiful covered porch that is on the house. We opted for a little bit larger covered porch, but the house is going to come with a porch no matter what, and you'd enter it here from the dining space. Nice and open to the kitchen, still open to the family room, so everybody can be hanging out here together.
All right.
Very nice.
As you can see, absolutely gorgeous. So here's
Wendy,
that.
walk us through. Sorry, Dawn.
You're fine. Go.
Have her walk us through the exterior that she and her team chose and the painted brick. Tell us about that.
So it's definitely something that I love, and you do see a lot of it around in build on and not build on your lot neighborhoods, but in regular neighborhoods. And I just thought, it's just something that I would really like to see. I'd like to see how I can make that come out. So I came up with I didn't come up with, but I had a very close to this inspirational design that I had found. And I said, to James, I said, man, I really would love to do something like this on that Brazoria. So I gave him the colors and I gave him, kind of what my inspiration was. And this is what we've come up with. So I think it's spot on. I'm so proud of this model. It turned out exactly the way I wanted it to.
Very cool.
Awesome. Yeah, beautiful. There's that foyer that we did some really amazing things in. It's giving you that grand entrance. I love that those 14-foot ceiling that's in there with the box beams. Yeah, just definitely grand entrance in there. I love that chandelier.
Love it.
And the herringbone pattern is not lost. Like that was it. You don't do that everywhere. And the fact that you were able to pull off mixing it in different rooms is, I think, like a great. I would have been terrified to do that, and you killed it. It looks great. So
yeah, and the flooring.
That. I think it turned out wonderful as well. And I had seen it done, with wood. I was a little nervous to do it with tile myself, but our tile guys just really knocked it out of the park on this. So they did a great job.
Yeah. I love that. It's such a special touch because you can still kind of keep that same color pattern, but you still got a little bit of difference, kind of defining the spaces. So
that's what's it is the same color, but in this picture it looks different, but it's the same color. Like I've been in the house, obviously I did the video, did the grand opening, and yeah, just turning it looks like a different color, but it's not. It's the same color.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Yeah. And there's that gorgeous family room that you can see behind Wendy where she's sitting too. But yeah, it's just absolutely beautiful. We've got those huge windows looking out on the back porch. I love the chandelier in there as opposed to the ceiling fan. And that ceiling treatment is just so gorgeous and just classic. I love it.
Yes, I love it too. I think the beams turned out even better than I had thought. Again, I sent some inspiration pics. And this just turned out exactly as I thought it would. It's perfect. I love it.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned about when I take a nap on the couch and not having a ceiling fan, but we'll work through that. We'll figure it out. I don't know how we're
We'll have someone.
Right. Yes. The palm leaves and the grapes as usual, of course.
And there's that kitchen. I love what you've done with it. I love the natural wood tones and, the white and the vent hood that you've got going and the pendant lights. I mean, it's just gorgeous. And then the extra cabinetry that you added to it. Did you want to talk a little bit about everything you've done in there?
Sure. So I definitely wanted light and bright, but I also wanted to show that it doesn't have to mean you have a white kitchen to be light and bright. Bringing in elements of white. The countertops in the video and maybe in the picture might look like they are plain white. I can't tell what a detail that everybody might see, but they do have a gold going through it. So it's not just a plain white on white on white. It's just a real classic, I think, just beautiful, glamorous kind of white and light. Yeah.
I thought it looked really sharp, like the pull-out drawers, the use of drawers as opposed to base cabinets. I don't think there's any base cabinets in here. Do I have that right? Anyway, so but
I don't think so.
Yeah, the heavy use of drawers as opposed to just biparting door base cabinets, I thought was really genius. And yeah, of course, the little shadow box details, and then the pendant lighting. There's lots of options on that. Like you just did a great job of displaying how many different options there are to do with the stuff we have. And I know we'll talk about it here in a minute, I think in maybe utility, but the scalloped toe kick on the cabinet. So down there at the bottom of the cabinets, like you've got it's even that is a different detail that only Wendy would go choose, of course. But really, really pretty. Great attention to detail. Just thought it turned out great.
One of the other things I'd like to talk about is the appliances. Because it's not normal that you would have or you don't see it every day, that you would have a one-piece range and oven and a built-in wall oven. But I had that actually in one of my houses, and I thought that's one of the best setups that I've ever had. And I just really like the way it looks. I like the grandeur and kind of the substance that the big one piece gives. But I like having that option of that's what your wall oven could look like if you're only using it, at Christmas or Thanksgiving. So it's a unique.
Wendy, let's be so for real. The pizza and everything's going. The frozen pizza and Hot Pockets are going in the little side oven. You'll use the big range once a year. Don't mess with me.
Okay.
You don't need an oven to make cereal. Like that's not. You're good.
You're right. I can't even argue.
Shout out to Chris.
I just love that you're showing all of these cabinet options in the model, because we've shown a lot of customer videos of them replacing those bottom cabinets with the drawers and all of that. So it's just great that we're showing that in a model so that more people can realize that that's something that we're able to do. So yeah, just great. I just love it.
Awesome selections. Yeah, really great job. Looks really good.
And that backsplash is just chef's kiss. Beautiful. Because again, you've got that white, but you've got more texture to it. So like you said, it's light and bright, but it's not just white on white on white on white.
Well, and took it all the way to the ceiling here too, right? Like that's the other thing is it's such a small detail, very inexpensive to do. Like take it up there so that it gives it that real custom charm, custom look without spending a whole lot of custom dollars.
Yeah, so just looks so much more polished.
Yeah, it in fact is polished tile, but that's not neither here nor there.
And then there's that dining area, which again, you've got huge windows looking over on your property. Ours isn't as pretty as yours is, but
it's better than it was.
It is better than it was. But yeah, then you've got that access door out onto the back porch, and plenty of space in there. We've got a table for 6, and you've got plenty of room to add more if you needed to.
I'm sitting in it right now. Big chairs at the end, plenty of space.
Yeah. She's also a tiny person, but it is a great dining space. I also do like, again, like so many people are, even when they have the room for it, are not using the formal dining space, or you use it sparingly, right? So use that formal dining space if the home plan you like has one, maybe designated for something else for 10 months out of the year, and then shift it over to the dining space that's formal when you need it. But the reality is, like what Wendy did with this is where you're going to be 95% of the time. So why waste the space? I love it. Great job.
Yeah. Beautiful. All right. Well, we do have a couple comments that have come in, so let's go ahead and say hey to them. So we've got Lisa building in Hamilton County. They just finished the dirt pad. We have a bigger pond now. It was fun to watch this happen.
Good. Awesome, Lisa. Thank you for sharing.
And then Kathy is complimenting that gorgeous kitchen, and she's absolutely right. It is beautiful.
Agreed. So folks, keep dropping your questions, comments into the chat. We're going to keep going through the video of this home and check out some more spaces.
All right, let's check out the bedrooms.
All right.
Let's go take a look at the master suite. So the Brazoria is a true split floor plan. So you get the master suite on one side of the home, separated completely with the other bedrooms on the other side of the home. The master suite is a gorgeous retreat. Our design team put a lot of effort into making sure that you can rest and relax here at your retreat. We opted for a beautiful 2-step ceiling that's got crown mold in it. Again, we kind of went with something different. We didn't put a ceiling fan here. We went for the beautiful chandelier just to give you an idea of what could be done, because we have a lot of natural light pouring in from the windows, so that's what we opted for that. We did a gorgeous, gorgeous accent wall that's got a unique pattern on it. Nice clean lines, very simple but very elegant. Just a great place to relax. Let's go check out the master bathroom. So when you go to the master bath of Brazoria, you're gonna notice we wanted to continue that spa-like feel for this to be a retreat after a long day of work. So you're gonna notice that we opted for the beautiful dual sinks. We have kind of a matte finish quartz that we went with to give it a nice clean look. We did a lighter colored tile. The 2 sinks are separated by a massive 24-inch wide utility cabinet that doubles as a laundry hamper, so a nice place to put all the dirty clothes. You've got a gorgeous shower. We opted for no tub. We went for a larger shower. We opted to go with frameless glass. Has a mosaic tile pattern going all the way to the ceiling, as well as on the floor, slightly different colors. Just again, showing you some of the things you can do to make this house more custom for you. We also opted to go with sconces on the walls on either side of the mirrors as opposed to a light fixture above, just to try and give you an idea of what can be done. The house also has massive walk-in his and hers closets that are separated, so lots of space for storage, lots of place to relax, just like a real owner's retreat should be. So like we talked about, the Brazoria is a true split floor plan, the master on one side, the spare bedrooms on the other. So whether these are kids growing up here or you're having guests, they have their own private space. Beautiful layout, plenty of space, and lots of natural light. And actually the back bedroom has a walk-in closet, which is super nice. If guests are staying a long time, or for that girl at home who has lots of clothes. So the other secondary bedroom here in the Brazoria is plenty sizable as well. Again, it has a beautiful window, let that natural light come in. It also has a walk-in closet, and we did opt to continue that porcelain weathered wood tile all throughout these areas. So you got no carpet, what we've opted for, just to kind of show you what that country living could look like. The beautiful part is these 2 bedrooms share a really meticulously well-appointed bathroom that I want you guys to come check out. So the secondary bathroom here in the Brazoria that the bedrooms share, we wanted to be able to showcase a lot of neat custom features you can do even in a very small space. So you got hexagonal tile on the floor, the nice custom feature. We opted to go with a brick pattern of tile that goes all the way to the ceiling in the tub area. We have again another kind of a leather finish or matte finish quartz that we did on the countertops. Just different ways that we want to be able to show you that you can do high-end customization in a small space without spending a whole lot of money.
All right. So there's that master bedroom, just absolutely gorgeous. I love that ceiling detail and the accent wall that you did. Wendy, where did you get the inspiration for that?
So, Hunter. Believe it or not.
I'm sorry, it sounded like you said Hunter.
I did. And, you know, as much as I'd love to take credit for coming up with the idea of that wall, he was like, hey, we should do something a little different. And, you know, I like to push the limit of what I can get away with, but he let me push it. So that was actually a Hunter find, and I just kind of went with it. And as you could see, I don't love color. And I thought of this Brazoria as my own house and the things that I would do to my own home in this home. So the colors, the lack of color maybe for some people, but everything just pops, and it's just turned out great. I love it.
The contrast is amazing. So that's an arabesque, obviously, but what?
Marrakesh.
Marrakesh.
Don't you ever correct me again on my own show.
Sorry.
Anyway. Both these ladies know way better than that. That's what they all LOL'd. So where did the pattern, like, obviously it's kind of it's stapled or nailed to the wall. Like, walk us through how that's done.
So each
go on
arabesque.
Yeah,
each motif
it's not an arabesque.
It's a single piece, and that is nailed together to form that that pattern over the whole wall. And then they trimmed it out because I didn't know exactly how they would finish it, but they trimmed it out with a piece of just white, probably 1x4 trim going all around it. It just looks very finished, very
Looks super clean, super awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely a statement piece. I love it.
Yep.
And yeah, even though you didn't go with any like bright colors or anything, you don't notice it because you've got that contrast going on, and everything just stands out just so gorgeously on its own.
I love that as coworkers we can agree to disagree on what it's called. So moving on to the next part.
Look, we're just telling them how it's going to be found in the price book. We're just trying to be
fair enough.
helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can call it whatever you want, but that's how we coded it. And if you ask for the other thing, you're not going to get what you want.
Fair enough. Word of the wise.
All right. So this is that master bath suite. It's just, I love it. Again, like I just love that, you've got the white. It just feels very spa-like, very zen, just very luxurious. With that tile that you did in the shower, it just feels so special.
So that was I took a chance. I thought it would look cool. I love a little sparkle, and that tile has, every once in a while it has a tile that kind of sparkles in it. And I said, I'm doing the whole thing, wall, and the floor. So instead of just an accent wall. So I took a chance on it, and I think it worked really well. I think the tiles, it's small enough that it works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then, you don't normally see a lot of, I guess, gray countertops. It's just such a cool countertop. It looks almost like it's concrete in person. It looks, it's just a very matte finished concrete look. That I think it turned out great. And you wouldn't necessarily always think about, mixing a gray with the gold hardware that we have here. But again, I think it's light enough that it's all just a neutral and worked really well.
It's funny. We had the when David Bibiano, he was in there with me, the videographer, and he was like, "Tell us about these matte finish countertops." I'm like, "David, this is like the third bathroom in here with the matte. Like, I don't have anything else to say about the matte. Like, clearly he was drawn to the matte finish countertop. So, I got this. There's only so many ways you can say it's matte leather finish, and then move on. So,
yeah, but everybody's used to the glossy, so I'm sure that's
no doubt. Actually, this tile. I mean, I don't know if it's still the case. Only Wendy can tell us, but I have this tile in my personal home in the matte finish and the gloss finish. Like this is a very, it's awesome.
Yes.
By the way,
I also have that in a matte finish in my bathroom.
To over again, it would only be matte finish, no gloss, but that's just me, and I don't win many arguments in my house. So.
Well, speaking of arguments, I love how the vanities are separated in this bathroom. You've got, kind of that very, strong delineation with that linen cabinet in between the two. So his stuff is separate from her stuff, and everybody's got their thing. And I love about the tile, the way the gray vein going through that white just ties everything together.
And Wendy, tell us about the sconces to the side as opposed to the vanities overhead. Like, what's the difference? I know from like a hairdresser standpoint how I would prefer it, but like, what do y'all like? Why would you do something like that?
Light coming at you is much better than light coming from above you. You look better.
Oh, good. Well, any help I can get, so that's good.
Good to know.
Plus, it looks more expensive.
Yeah, just get that extra touch of luxury to it.
Yeah.
So these are the secondary bedrooms, and very generously sized. We've got full-size furniture in there, large pieces. They've got their own walk-in closet. Just beautiful. And I just love that you kept the flooring the same, and just, the themes just running throughout. Very, very elegant kids' rooms.
Thank you.
I apologize for the photographer missing the Audrey Hepburn picture.
I saw in the video he panned and cut.
Oh no, he panned on it. I told him that, but that's a special Wendy touch. It's a Wendy Easter egg.
Well, everybody will have to go to Spring to see it in person.
Yeah, check it out now.
Yeah, you gotta check it out. Yeah. And then the other bedroom has more of a travel theme. But yeah, same colors, same large bedroom space. You've got full-size furniture in here, just lots of space. Good size rooms.
Yeah.
And then that's their shared bath, which again, like Eric was talking, you've got the matte countertops in there. We've got a different flooring, all within the same color tone. So it's just still tying in with the house, which is showing off some other neat things that you can do. I love that hexagon floor. Like, it's beautiful.
Yeah. So when you walk us through the different floor options, like how you arrived at this, because it's risky to put like 6-inch by 36-inch tile up against hexagon tile. Like, so the hallway, you've got, you know, a long tile pad, like, without making it look like a remodel. So you pulled it off. Tell us how.
So really, I think it has to do with the texture that the octagon or the hexagon is going to give you. And you know, I love that tile. Ever since, you know, since we got it in the showroom, I've loved it. I wanted to see it on a floor. I wanted to see something fun with it. I've thought about putting it on a wall, and I thought that this was a perfect small room to kind of take a chance in and, you know, add a little bit. I think there's nothing offensive about, you know, oh, you're, you know, a black and white floor up against the, you know, pretty calm wood look tile that we chose. I just think it all just kind of went.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good choice.
Yeah. Looks beautiful. All right. We do have a few questions that have come through. Let's see. We've got Daryl saying, "Hi guys and dolls. We'll be building in Fredericksburg. Love the Tilson videos. Will you please give me more details about this Brazoria kitchen center island?" So what do we do to the island that was different?
So I chose a completely different island. This is an island that is designated for the, help me out, Dawn.
Oh,
Eric?
God, I do not.
Y'all may not know this, but Wendy doesn't do real well being told what to do. I know that because I've managed her for the better part of 15 years, and by managed I mean like I went along with whatever she wanted to do. So
it's the Rockwall Island.
Yeah, it is
Rockwall. Okay.
But
Rockwall Island without the center.
Wendy learned from the best.
Which, hey, Marcel was asking if I like to feature off of one house, can I put it in the other one? And yes, you can.
Yeah, Wendy is not bound by Tilson rules, which I love about her, by the way. So I'm cool with that.
Wait, I thought it was a Tilson rule that we just like made whatever we wanted.
Correct. Yeah.
Wendy do whatever she wants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that happens. We'll have a different Q&A session if you want to stay on afterwards about Wendy does what she wants situations. But yeah, so Daryl, the big picture is you can really do whatever you want. But yeah, we did a little bit bigger. Wendy did a little bit bigger.
So everybody knows what we're talking about.
This is 10 foot long.
Mm-hmm.
Is it 10 feet? Is it really? Wow.
Yeah.
It is 10 foot 3 inches, I think, to be exact.
Wow. So yeah, I mean, tons of space. Obviously, we opted to not have a post in the middle. I think traditionally it would have a post in the middle. Mm-hmm. We can accomplish this with some angle iron, and then conceal it with a cabinet filler that matches the rest of the cabinetry. And did they do this with one piece of quartz, or did they?
They did this with one piece of quartz.
Okay.
And I think we got away with it because it was quartz, and quartz is a lighter product than granite.
Yeah, with granite, you have to have a seam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I mean, as far as island features, though, I don't think we did anything like crazy with that.
No.
Drawers, cabinets, like it's a cabinet skin on the family room side, right? It's nothing crazy that we did, right?
No, it's got a trash can on this far end.
Can pull out on the end.
Yeah.
Then you've got your drawers, your farmhouse sink, your dishwasher,
and just a regular base cabinet over here, and dishwasher. So very doable in most of our homes. Not every home we have will accommodate a 10-foot long island, but some will, especially if you go with just the one dining space. You can pull that off, but yeah, we want to do that in this house because it could accommodate it. Mm-hmm. Great question. Thanks, Daryl.
Yeah, awesome. And then Marcel is asking, what is required to qualify for EasyBuy? Credit score, income, down payment, equity in land, etc. What if I plan on purchasing land now with no equity and decide to build then? What are my options?
And go, Wendy.
No. So for credit score, they're looking at probably about a 640 is probably what they would like on that. As far as your income, kind of depends on the house you're looking for. So your DTI or your debt to income ratios are going to depend on what you can get qualified for. So that's going to depend on you and what kind of house you're looking for. Down payment and equity, we're looking for a 10% of the total value. So you're looking for your house and your land together. say your land is 100 and your house is 400, that's a $500,000 approximate value. We would be looking for you to have about $50,000 paid into your land or as a down payment.
So what if they don't? What if we got nothing to put down, or maybe 3.5%, or we're VA?
Sure.
What happens then?
So that's our typical easy buy, as he asked for, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then we have other options for you, like a one-time close, and they can go up to like 95% financing. Typically, you're going to have your closing costs and a down payment if necessary to get to that 95% upfront before we start construction, instead of at the end of construction.
And there are a select few programs that we have that can go to like 96.5% LTV, or even 100% if you're VA for one-time close, like Wendy said. Like what she defined was specifically for EasyBuy based on the question that was asked. So 100%. That's how we do that. But we do have some programs out there if you don't have that 10% or even that 5% to put down, that we can get you in there on a one-time close up front. But yeah, for Tilson's EasyBuy, which is kind of, and even for the one-time close, we're not going to charge you any interest on the construction loan. You're not going to be making any payments during construction, apart from, as you mentioned here, if you don't own the land yet, the very first draw would be to buy the land, and so you would have the interest on that would be due. But outside of that, we still kind of do the kind of quasi easy buy, right, Dawn? It's kind of
yeah. We're not going to take any draws for construction throughout the time that we're building your home. So we're going to take one big draw at the end. We're not going to be doing it piecemeal, so you won't have any interest, building up from the construction. Like Eric mentioned, the only time you're going to have interest or a draw taken on that construction loan is if we need to pay off the land for that.
beautiful.
So yeah, we've got lots of options. If you talk to one of our sales consultants, they can connect you with our preferred lender, Wagon Hill, and they can talk you through all of your options for financing and figure out what's best for you.
Awesome.
And even going back to that though, and even if you're interested in purchasing your land and your home together, they have options for that as well. So
That's
depending on when you're ready to build, that could be an option.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. And then we've got Donna asking, what's the color of the hardware in the master bath?
Ooh, I know. I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
Oh, go ahead. Eric?
I do have the options that I can pull up.
It's champagne bronze.
Nailed it. I'll fact check you.
All right, I'm gonna believe her. Faith is asking as well, saying that the bathroom countertops look like a beautiful stone. Yeah, they absolutely do. That gray countertop is gorgeous. And Daryl says, thanks guys for showing the working side of the island. It's very helpful. Absolutely. And we've got a ton more pictures of this home on our website, which is where I was showing it to you from. So we've got the full gallery on the Brazoria page with all of the pictures. And I think Audrey Hepburn is actually in one of those pictures.
Good.
So.
And you'll be able to the video of this will be posted, and you can probably even like AI or Chat GPT me out of it to see the whole frame, so you can way better for you to do that.
Okay. We've got Ms. Fusilier here. Loved actually seeing the Brazoria back in July. Sneaking a watch between classes, coming into the library. I'll rewatch at home after work.
We ain't telling nobody.
Thank you so much.
Nobody. Yes.
Yeah, we're not going to tell on you. That's awesome.
Well, very cool.
We
got some more videos. Y'all keep dropping your questions, comments into the chat. We'll answer one of them, and we're going to finish the house out.
Absolutely. Here we go.
So as you're making your way to the utility room of the Brazoria, which again is on the spare bedroom side of the home, you're gonna notice we opted for a drop zone there because we do have a 2-car attached garage that we did on this model, which got a great drop zone, place to take off those muddy boots, hang up the wet clothes or leashes and things like that. Because speaking of leashes, the best kept secret of this home is a utility room. We did some really, really cool stuff. So we've got lots of cabinetry. We also have built-in shelves that we did here. Got plenty of space for large washers and dryers, so lots of storage. And then the dog washing station, the highlight of this home here. Really cool place to put, little Fifi in there, get all cleaned up. The drain's right there. You got a removable shower head that we opted for. If you don't want to do this, obviously there's plenty of place for a freezer or something like that, whatever you need to do to make this home your own. But we thought this would be a really cool way to showcase our furry friends that live with us. So anyway, let's go check out the rest of the home, especially the study. So immediately off of the foyer, we have in a pretty cool design location. We've got a half bath right for guests to use right when they walk in that's got a gorgeous mosaic pattern. We opted for a little bit upgraded pedestal lavatory in there, just a nice, clean, elegant look for your guests right when they show up. Into one of the coolest locations for a study. So I know I talked about how the master bedroom's on a different side of the home than the spare bedrooms. With so many people working from home these days or wanting a different, kind of more private area, this room isn't attached to any of the other bedrooms or the master suite. It's truly on its own. So you have a private area, that's your workspace. When you leave that, you're at your respite of home. But in here, we did a lot of really cool features. Has a gorgeous cathedral ceiling with some box beam details. We opted for another one of those beautiful chandeliers, again, to showcase something different that you can do. Has a gorgeous view at the front of the home to kind of take those breaks during your workday. We also opted to put in kind of a formal sitting area that we did with a gorgeous mosaic tile, an electric fireplace. That tile goes all the way to the ceiling. Just a great focal point for a place here for guests to relax. Can easily be converted into a bedroom if you wanted to. It has a closet here all ready to go. Gorgeous door that comes in right off the foyer. Again, super conveniently located for that work from home space, homeschool space, or formal living space. So immediately off the dining space, we've got a beautiful 8-foot tall French door that we opted for that leads onto the covered porch. Now, the standard home is going to come for sure with like about a 19-foot wide by about 9-foot deep covered porch. We opted for an extended porch that has a gorgeous 10-foot 6-inch ceiling, the same as it's in the family room. You got those windows that come out here. You got that contrasting trim color against the white hardy plank that's beautiful. We opted to go with real soffit out here. So we got real soffit. We got a beautiful large dark bronze ceiling fan we chose to go with, as well as the recessed lights that go out here. It actually has 2 different sitting areas out here. So we have the main sitting area, which you can see is again easily the size of the family room. Got beautiful, massive natural wood posts that are kind of offset again by that dark contrasting color, and then another seating area over here immediately off the dining space. Just a great place to rest and relax and enjoy that land, which is why you bought this whole thing to begin with. So we're wrapping up here in what would be the garage area of the Brazoria. We opted to go with a 2-car alternate side load garage. We did put a brick wall here we're using as kind of a presentation or seminar room, but this is where the garage would be. So we really hope that you've enjoyed this model tour. We hope that you find these useful. We hope you come check it out real soon, and we genuinely soon hope to make you part of the Tilson family.
All right. So, yeah, just beautiful. So this is that drop zone as you're headed over to the utility room. It's just a great place when you're coming in to just drop off all the things and make sure they don't, clutter up the rest of the house. So just love that we were able to put that into the space. And I loved when we were at the grand opening, hearing everybody as they were walking into this area, catching sight of that picture in the utility room, because that dog, that's just top notch.
Ridiculous, really. It's all
So cute.
Yes, absolutely adorable. And there she is. So I love that we're showing the doggy shower, because we get so many questions about, can we do that and what it would look like? And this is just a beautiful way to show that. So nicely done. It's, got the raised floor, so you're not bending over to try to wash the pup. Just beautiful space. And then there's that hallway powder room as you're coming in. So this is your bathroom for guests, and just looks so elegant and gorgeous. I love that the pedestal sink that was chosen, and then that wall of tile just adds that, just that touch of class. It's just absolutely beautiful.
And it's another hunter wall.
Is it really?
Really?
Yeah, I was a little hesitant on that wall, and that was a hunter wall.
Oh. All right.
And we are showcasing one of our mirror options. It's new. So we have lighted mirrors instead of having either the sconces or the vanity. You got the electronic push button here that lights up the mirror. Very Hollywood style. Again, like you said, Wendy, for the lighting of the face and the makeup and all the things and stuff that I'm not proficient at. But it matters and is important.
But it matters. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely matters.
I could learn a lot.
Yes. And then there's that gorgeous study, which, we've got it set up as a formal sitting room and just an area to kick back. But this is just absolutely beautiful. Just so elegant. I love the way you put in the fireplace, the electric fireplace, and did the tile all the way to the ceiling. with that, and then that gorgeous, cathedral ceiling that we've got in there. It's just so beautiful. I would just love to have this
That
space.
cathedral, doing that just opened up that space even more. And I want to say it's either a 9 or 10 foot ceiling. It's a 10-foot ceiling in their standard. But opening that up, I want to say it's about 14 feet high now at the top. But the way that the beams worked out in there, the dark color of everything just turned out.
I'm gonna call it 13. I'm gonna call it 13 on the plans, but that's
close enough.
But if Wendy says 14, you're getting 14. That's the deal. You just get skinnier beams. That's all.
Says 10. So is it 13?
On the K1, it says 13.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay. Sorry. I'm not. Look, you're there. You take a measuring tape. I tell you what, it's 3 Wendy's tall. I can tell you that. If Wendy, I've been there.
It's probably being generous.
It's about 3 Wendy's tall.
Well, they're the best.
Probably. But the fireplace tile, I would say absolutely one of my favorite tiles that we have here in the model. Absolutely love it. It's just a cool tile.
Yeah, absolutely makes that room. Like, it's just so elegant. I would work in there. It'd be fine. Like,
yeah,
I'd be all right. All right, and then there's that back porch, which is just gorgeous. Lots of space for entertaining, and I love that we raised the ceiling so that it was the same height as it is in the family room to show that off. And then you've got your real soffit going on. Just a great space.
Yeah, front and back porch, the real soffit was used, which really is really nice custom touch.
It's a really nice size, as like looking at it, just nice size.
Yeah, just huge. Great, awesome. All right, so we have a few more questions that have come through. We've got Donna asking, how much is the dog bath edition?
Only Wendy knows.
So gonna depend a little bit, but it's around a $5,000 ad, depending on the tile that you use and what kind of faucet and things like that, but around $5,000.
Yeah, and that's going to cover your hot, your cold, your drain. I mean, there's a lot of work there, obviously, and then like Wendy's saying, what tile, what faucet, all that kind of good stuff.
It's important to think about how big is your dog? How do you want to bend over or not have to bend over to wash them? And do you want that raised floor, dropped floor? What do you want that to be? But around 5.
And does your dog fight back? Is there deductible to think about? Like, I don't know. Like, there's some things to consider here.
And then Donna's also asking, is the raised ceiling in the study a standard option?
No.
So, no, that was something we changed. We added that, but that's something that you can do on the home. As long as we've got the room in the attic for it, you can add it on to any of your rooms. And then we've got Marcel saying, on some homes, I wanted to add options: alternate kitchen, alternate master bath, side load garage, fireplace, and rear exterior porch. However, it looks like the website looks like it won't reflect that. Is that a normal issue?
I blame Dawn.
So Marcel, that is just a system limitation with our online plans. So if you go into one of our design centers, they can tell you for sure whether options can be combined. I mean, the only time you're going to have an option that it is not combinable is if you've added a bonus room, it's over the family room, and you also want to do the family room cathedral ceiling. Like, those two things cannot coexist, because that cathedral ceiling would be in the middle of your bonus room. But for the most part, all of our options are, combinable. It just may not exactly work out on the online website that way, but we can do it for you in person. There's just a lot of changes that would go in that made it difficult to show that online.
Sometimes even in the office, it might not work perfectly. There might be some sort of redesigning if it is a bonus room, and maybe you pick a 4th bedroom option that the 4th bedroom is where the stairs would be. There might have to be some redesigning, but that's what we do.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, many of our models, if you actually combine the structural options that were selected, you can't build them on the website. So you're not limited just by what can happen there.
For sure.
All right. And then we've got Ricardo asking, what are the dimensions of this house? Oh,
overall, as far as the actual, the model home is, you're like 64 feet wide and about 73 feet deep. But again, that includes the 2-car alternate side load garage. But yeah, 64 feet wide, 73 feet deep is going to get you real close. If you did just the house without the garage, which about 40% of our customers do, you're about 61 feet wide ish, and probably right at 52 feet deep. So,
Okay, awesome. And then LaShawn is asking, how does the ceiling height differ in the Brazoria D plan as far as the study is concerned?
So the base plan of the study in the Brazoria D is going to be 9 feet, as we have it as of course as bedroom 2. But again, you can do a cathedral ceiling, you do a coffer ceiling, you can do a step ceiling. Like there's some different options there. But it's 9 feet is kind of the standard height of all the ceilings in the home on the base plan, apart from the family room, which would be what 10, 6, something like that. I think 10 feet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, awesome. And that is the last question I see.
Brilliant. All right. So folks, we're a little over an hour now. So we'll, if you need to leave, you can. You shouldn't, but you can. All that to say, we're grateful that you joined us, but the journey doesn't end here. But before we get to how you contact us later, Dawn, what in the world is happening around the Republic of Tilson this weekend? We got some stuff.
All right. So we have 3 in-person seminars going on this weekend. So those are a great chance if you want to learn more about this, if you've got questions about a specific area and you just want to be surrounded by other people who are thinking about building on their land. It's a great way to come out and see our models, meet some folks. We've got 3 seminars happening this weekend. Our Katy office is doing the financing seminar. So they're going to walk you through our EasyBuy program. And then they also have Jason from Wagon Hill is going to be joining them to walk you through the other options that we were talking about what if I need a construction loan and what do those options look like. Our Georgetown office is doing a seminar on land preparation. So they're going to talk about all of the site prep work that needs to be done to get your property ready for building. So that's a great one to go out to. And if you're just sort of starting this process and you're not even sure, which ends up, our Weatherford office is doing our general built on your lot seminar. So that's a great way to learn, from A to Z, what this process looks like and all of the things that you need to think about when building your home.
Awesome. And of course, as we always say, the journey does not end here. We have an Instagram page. We have a Facebook page. We have a YouTube channel with tons and tons and tons of content on there. We have a website open 24/7 with new home specialists on standby to make those answer high-level questions, make those appointments for you on site. We got 12 locations open 7 days a week with sales consultants dying to meet you and talk to you and share a cup of coffee or a bottle of water with you or whatever soft drink that Wendy allows them to have there. That's happening. That's a thing. Is that right? You still allow
none in the models. It's fine.
Yeah. So that's exactly right. But obviously, all those places, all those mediums, talk to you guys. YouTube's a great resource, of course. We have a lot of information there. But yeah, genuinely make an appointment with the sales consultants. Come in, sit down, tell us what you want to do. There are no bad questions. Truly, like the only bad question is ones you don't ask. We're here to help you. There's nothing to be embarrassed about, nothing to be shameful about. Like it's okay. You've never done this before, no problem.
Absolutely.
Very few people get to do this, so we understand that, and we treat that with the highest respect, and we're grateful that you even give us the opportunity. So thank you for watching this. Thank you, Wendy, for joining us today, taking time out of your day.
Wendy.
You did a beautiful job on your model home. Thank you, Dawn, for putting this together and your team for making this happen. And thank you all for watching. We hope this was beneficial to you, and we genuinely soon hope to make you part of the Tilson family. We'll see you guys later.
Bye, everybody.